Hello, and if you were searching for assistance with pageant interview questions, you've come to the right place. I'm Dr. Stephanie Ray, and I want to help you shine your brightest in the pageant interview. And in this video, we're talking about how to handle those questions when you don't feel like you know the answer. When a conceptual question seems too complex, or you're not sure you understand it. How do you handle that? Well, you can ask for help. If you don't understand a word or you're not sure how they're using a word, you can simply say, when you use that word, what it means to me is this, and go on from there, or ask them, is that what they mean? Either way, you're showing grace and that you aren't going to just make something up. Of course, you have to be sensitive to time concerns, but again, it's better to have a give and take on something that's more complex to get to what they really want to know than it is for you to fake it in some way and come off not looking like the professional that they would want to wear that crown. But what about if the judge just asks you a poorly worded question, something that's got so many pieces or seems complex because they just thought of it off the top of their head, or even if it was a pre-written question, sometimes things just don't go as it's scripted. So let's take an example. What if a judge said something to you like, you know, the wars that the U.S. are involved in are in the media a lot lately, and the troops and the mental health care crisis, and you know, what should the government do about that now or maybe later? What should they have done to help prepare the troops, and what about the media's role in that? You know, got a lot of richness there, but it came in fragments and pieces that weren't particularly direct. So you could ask the judge, would you mind rephrasing the question, please? Chances are they will do so in a more succinct, direct way. Or you can show your skill with something called paraphrasing, which is you using your own words to reflect back what you think you heard to the judge, and then you can move on from there and focus on government, mental health, media, any or all of those parts based on what we've talked about in previous videos. Paraphrasing is a skill. Sometimes it can feel awkward at first, so I encourage you to practice it with your friends and your family at work, and certainly with whoever you're preparing your interview skills with. It's a good skill to build, and you may not need it very often, but when you do, it can be a real lifesaver and show that you can help people through those sometimes bumpy communication situations that can come up in any kind of media appearance or personal appearance. If this video was helpful to you, be sure to look at the other ones and visit pageant2phd.com. I'll see you next time.